Hey, yo, what's up, guys? So, something that's really important that's just around the corner are the midterms. And what better way to find out where we stand than by asking the younger generation, particularly college students, about their opinions on ICE? So, this YouTuber who has a channel called Her Patriot Voice did so when she traveled to Coastal Carolina University and asked these questions. So, let's take a look.
So I have a sign out here today. ICE has been in the news very recently. How do you guys feel about ICE? Do you support them?
Me personally, I'm a big supporter of ICE. They help keep our streets clean. I know there's a lot of controversy relating to the newest issue of ICE with, I think, what was her name again? I forgot her
Renee
name.
Good.
Renee Good. Originally, when I first saw the original post, I was kind of 50-50 on it. It was blasted by the media to seem as if ICE kind of killed her unwillingly, unlawfully. But if you look at multiple angles, multiple POVs of the video, it's very obvious that she intended to hit the officer with her car and he acted in self-defense. And actually, there was a state statute posted by Tim Walz himself saying that it is within lawful reason for an officer to fear for his life if there's a vehicle threatening him in any way. And so he did it, lawfully. So I feel like that was
See how easy it is to do your research, you guys, and not just go off of one single video?
Okay, so that kid had a well thought out response and was 100% correct. Don't just believe whatever the mainstream media feeds you because they have their own narrative. And with regards to the Renee Good shooting, they were just showing you clips that, fit their narrative. Meanwhile, you saw videos on Twitter that, show different angles that would show a different story. You actually saw Renee Good reversing her vehicle, lining it up with the officer, and then hitting him. Whether she intended to or not does not matter. It's what a reasonable officer would perceive as imminent death or serious bodily harm. Okay, so now we're going to move on black crime. And I love watching black liberals and black conservatives go at it because black liberals absolutely have zero argument. They always fall back onto emotions, outrage, or play the race victim card. We know the drill. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, you can follow me at Her Patriot Voice.
Yeah, but I do have some questions for you.
Yeah.
Why would you say you support ICE?
Yeah, because they would get rid of these rapists and murderers that killed American women.
So are all of the immigrants that come into America rapists and killers?
Nope.
Oh, okay,
Killers?
so
So let's get rid of these ones. You agree with that?
yeah,
Okay, so you support ICE removing them.
no. I support the condemnation, as you said, of a rapist. But, there are white rapists, there are black rapists, there
There are white immigrant rapists as well.
Okay, but again, there are race rapists of different colors.
Why does the color matter when it comes to rape?
You just made it about you just made it
No,
about
you did.
color. No, you did. You said ICE.
You brought up white rapists.
Okay,
She did.
because you said that immigrants rape, right? So white people
Not,
rape.
I didn't say immigrants rape. I said these
Okay,
immigrants
so
raped.
those immigrants raped. What about white people that raped?
What about them?
Are there no condemnations for them?
Absolutely. We're condemning rape as a whole, but if these people wouldn't have been able to enter under Biden's open border policies, these women would still be alive today.
Right. So what about the people who are coming to America for a better life because they were experienced similar situations where they came from?
Yeah, they can come here for a better life. I'm all for legal immigration.
Legal immigration. Okay.
Okay, so this is one of the things I hate about the left, that they can't make the distinction between illegal immigration and legal immigration, that they say that the right hates all immigrants, which is clearly not the case. This country was built on immigrants. And on one side, you have people waiting in line with all their documentation, and the other side, you just have them crossing the border illegally.
So our president here, his name is Trump. That's a pretty racist man.
How?
How?
Give me an example of his
Watch the
racism.
news.
Give me one example. Just give me one example.
Just watch the news, sweetheart. There are plenty of examples.
Watch the news, sweetheart. Give me one example that he's racist.
Okay, Trump has flat out, flat with the racism. Comments, concerns.
What comments? Name one comment that he said that was racist.
Okay,
Because if he's racist, I want to know because I don't want to support a racist.
so you support Trump.
I do, yeah. Can you tell me why he's racist?
She supports Trump.
So we've been sitting here for nearly a minute now, and she has still yet to tell me one thing that Trump has said that's racist.
Okay, so if we're going to be quite honest, I couldn't give you a specific.
I know, you can't.
Oh no, I'm not done speaking. I couldn't give you a specific because I don't pay attention to idiocy. And
Oh, okay.
That's
So
idiot.
if you're going to call someone racist, I think you should be able to prove it.
Watch the news.
Pull up a clip where he's racist. Go ahead.
Oh, great. I'm so glad you asked.
It must not have been racist enough to remember because you have to look it up. How do you guys feel about ICE?
Oh, all of these people are
Thumbs up for ICE, thumbs down.
people that are against ICE. You see,
I'm asking people, what's wrong with asking people their opinion?
I didn't say anything.
Did you find the racist clip yet?
wrong with that. I just said that there were people. Majority of them here are against ICE
How do you know that?
because I know them.
Okay. Well, he supports ICE.
You support ICE? Which one? You? You support ICE? Oh, okay. I didn't think so,
What does ICE stand for?
babe.
So you don't support something that you don't even know what it stands for.
Oh, I didn't respond for a reason.
Can you tell me what it stands for?
No, we're gonna go back to the Trump racism.
Right, okay. You can ask me a question if you want.
Okay, I'm not going to lie, but the Democrat Party really did a number on Trump back in 2015 when he started campaigning. Because prior to that, he was pretty much beloved in the black community. Like, I remember so many videos and photos of him with rappers, 50 Cent, Diddy, and then he was referenced in like so many rap songs back in the 90s and 2000s. And it's just crazy how, the Democrat Party just labeled him as a racist and everything changed.
Why do you have this stance? I mean, obviously, it's because of these criminals.
Just part of the reason, yeah.
Okay, but what's the whole reason?
I just don't believe that people should illegally enter the country and be able to take our resources, our jobs, and then rape and kill our women.
Okay.
But I'm all for immigration. I have many, many friends that were legal immigrants, and I totally support doing it the right way. But people that are doing it illegally are not only cutting in line, but they're also actively breaking the law. And every single day that they stay in this country, as an illegal immigrant, they're breaking the law.
Okay. I mean, I agree it is illegal to enter the country illegally. But I think everybody kind of has a issue with the way ICE operates. And I want to ask you, what do you see any issues with the way ICE operates, or do you think the way they do things is just totally fine?
Are you specifically talking about the situation with Renee Good
We can talk
that
about
happened last week?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I waited to make a comment on it after I saw multiple video angles, and I think the most telling video angle was the video. Renee Good was somebody who harassed and fought against ICE agents. And I don't know what you were taught growing up, but I was taught don't harass a man with a gun. Don't mess with a guy with a gun. And in his angle of the video, the cop, right? It's not smart, especially if you don't have a gun yourself. And on his angle of his point of view, Renee Good actively stepped on the gas and her car physically hit the officer. I've never been in a situation where someone was about to run over me with a car, but you know what? If I think it's between my life and being run over by a car, I'm gonna choose my life. And he shot straight ahead, and unfortunately she lost her life. And she lost her life for nothing.
When you say he shot straight ahead and she unfortunately lost her life, I mean, I think if you shoot a gun, you're shooting to kill. There's no question about it. But
Cops are trained to do that.
I would beg to differ. I mean, I think cops should be trained to de-escalate situations, and that should be the last means.
Hey, yo, this ain't Canada, UK, or Australia. In the US, cops prioritize firearms and use of force tactics, okay? UK, Australia, Canada, yeah, they're all about de-escalation and non-lethal options. But that's because no one has guns there, okay? But in the US, a lot of people have guns, and cops have to be more wary and more on guard.
How do you de-escalate somebody trying to run over you with their car?
So I'm not a cop, first and foremost.
Just
nor
as
am
a
I trained to
person.
do So, I mean, I wouldn't put myself in a situation in front of the car
Exactly.
to be ran over.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly.
The cop should have been standing right there, is what I'm saying.
He should.
He wasn't standing there, okay? He heard his partner order that lady to get out of her vehicle 3 times. So he walked towards that side of the driver's side towards his colleague. And then that's when she started reversing and then beelined for him.
Been standing
He
there.
should have been standing in front
Well,
of the
he
car.
was standing in the road. He asked her multiple times to get out of the car, and she refused. And her wife said, "Run, drive, baby, drive." And she
I mean,
she hit on the gas.
And I could be wrong, but based off of what I saw, I don't believe him asking her to step out of the car was a lawful order.
How is that not a lawful order? When a cop tells you to do something, to step out of the vehicle, she was blocking the road. That's not allowed.
Yeah, but that's not a reason for you to be asking somebody to get out of the
Why not?
I
When
mean,
you're illegally blocking a road?
I've never had a cop pull me over and ask me to get out of the car for anything. I mean, even if
Well,
I'm...
that's good. Have you illegally blocked roads and harassed officers?
No, I'm not that type of person to do that.
Okay, so when a cop asks you to do something, whether you think you're in the right or not, the law will determine at the end of the day. To avoid it escalating and you possibly getting harmed and losing your life, I would just recommend that you comply.
Okay, so this guy's trying to equate what he did, which was nothing illegal according to him, to what Renee Good was doing, which was impeding federal officers during ICE operations, which is 100% illegal. You cannot do that. And when she was asked 3 times to step out of her vehicle, she ignored those commands and decided to flee. I want you to think about this. Generally speaking, who are the type that flee federal officers or law enforcement? People who commit crimes.
The men can't say 100%. I probably should educate myself about that. You could agree with me that the men in these photos should have never been allowed in the country, right? Because not only were they illegal, but then they also raped women and murdered them.
Nobody said come through. If you come through illegally, you've obviously jumped a fence you weren't supposed to jump or something like that. You know what I mean? Figuratively
At least this guy's a bit reasonable compared to the other girl there.
speaking. But it's like, I don't know if, and my issue isn't with necessarily these guys being arrested or deported or anything by that, because they did commit a crime, 2 of them in fact, and one of them being very, yeah, I mean, I recognize that clearly. But I think this message and the way that it's portrayed by yourself is very outspoken in a sense.
Okay, so who do you think got the nickname Deporter in Chief? Barack Obama. Because during his 8-year administration, he had deported 3 to 5 illegal migrants. Now, of those 3 to 5 illegal migrants, how many of them do you think self-deported? No. He had used ICE. In fact, he had used Tom Homan, the same guy Trump is using right now, the same guy that's being demonized by the mainstream media. It's funny because, before Obama left office, he was giving Tom Homan a medal. I can't remember what it was for, but he gave him a medal. And it's just funny that the coverage is so different. And that's why I blame the mainstream media and the politicians. Because ever since Trump came in office, the mainstream media flipped the script. Okay? Because prior to Trump, Obama, Clinton's, Bill, and Hillary, they all were against illegal immigration. There's all the clips on the internet. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Or if you want to join my channel membership, we got a lot of cool perks and a lot of cool emojis like the ones up here, and more on the way.